Listen, I don't know how dialed in everybody is on the what's happening on the East Coast between the dock strikes and the hurricane that just came through Helena, and what's going on with our federal government. They have abandoned these people. And I was just watching a story where it was saying that FEMA's broke. And they're broke because they appropriated $1 billion or so worth of funds to pay for illegal immigrants. For whatever, for food, for housing, for whatever they used the money for. But they took the money out of FEMA and applied it towards these illegals. And now FEMA's broke. They're offering these people out here that have lost everything, American citizens that have lost everything, for $750. Mind you, we have tens of millions of illegals running around this nation right now with a free ride, with the free housing. They've got expense cards that pay for all their food, that give them cash money. There's reports from cashiers saying that they've seen it where there's tens of thousands of dollars of balance on these cards. I don't know about you, but I don't have tens of thousands of dollars in a balance, and definitely not that any government's given me. That's for sure. So we've got, at the drop of a hat, we're willing to whip a check, send it off, $2, $3, $4, $8 billion to Israel to fund that war. We're sending money to Taiwan. We're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to the Ukraine. We got money for that. But we ain't got money for our own people. $750? Are you fucking kidding me? What is somebody supposed to do? That's a fucking grocery bill now. You got 2 kids, a wife. That's a fucking grocery bill for like 2 weeks. You might be able to get 2 weeks out of that. If you're willing to eat ramens and hot dogs and hit all the off brands, you might be able to stretch that for 3 weeks. $750. Zelensky comes over here, that little worm, and they'll send him back with billions. We're paying the pensions of the Ukrainian bureaucracy right now. And our own people can't get aid. The taxpayers, the people that make all of this possible, those blue-collar, hard-working people in North Carolina and Tennessee, Florida, all the devastated areas, there's nothing for them. At what point do we realize, do we come to just a baseline understanding, and is there awakening that our federal government no longer serves us? They are an active threat to our safety. They're constantly engaging in foreign conflict, drawing us ever closer to another open, hostile war where they're going to draft hundreds of thousands or millions of your sons to go die so that the arms manufacturers can rake in trillions. Our federal government is our worst enemy. They got us over here arguing about race and how many genders there are. They got people all wound up on, ooh, Kamala, she's brat, she's got vibes. Oh, it's the vibes, we're vibing over here. Nobody gives a fuck about them vibes. What are you talking about? People are struggling out here. Our own government has betrayed us on every front. Like, you couldn't. It's so bad right now. Like, you can't. There's no convincing me that this is just bad management. This is malicious treason. This is what this is. It's malicious treason. Nobody makes this many bad decisions. Like, I don't care who it is. You could put 100 fucking chimps in a fucking room full of computers that control. It was hook all these 100 chimps, 100 computers. All 100 computers are attached to some wing of our economy and our government, and they have yes/no buttons, and there's a decision on each one. Those 100 fucking chimps would get it more right than all these elected politicians and these unelected bureaucrats. And at some point, we've got to acknowledge the fact that this isn't incompetence. This is treason. These people are selling us out. They are trying to usher in a different way of life. A way of life where you do not have the freedoms and liberties that you currently have. They've already infringed on every single one of them. These people take an oath to the Constitution and then do everything they can to undermine and do an end run around the Constitution. Everything they can. They betray their oath day one. Like, if you are still a person who holds any faith in the federal government, you are beyond hope. Like, like, you either have your head buried so far into the sand, or you are functionally retarded. It's just sickening. It's sickening. Wake the hell up, people. Wake up. Like, all these little tribalisms that they've have us fighting about, all these little, like, grievances between race and sex, and men hate women, women hate men, whites hate blacks, blacks hate whites. That shit is all contrived. It's all contrived. I'm a kid of the 90s. I remember a time before all this, and it wasn't all that long ago. Were racial relations perfect? Fuck no. But it wasn't anything like it is now. We've regressed. And it's all to keep us at each other's throats while they literally sell the nation out from under us. These are robber barons. It's just a bunch of con men up there fleecing the entire nation. And they act like it's their nation to give away, to sell, to piece off, to break little chunks off and sell them off to the highest bidders. And I'm just fucking tired of it. What's going on out on the East Coast right now? And it's only going to get worse, but what's going on right now with the FEMA and their complete lack of response, and how you have private citizens coming in and doing more than the damn federal government. What are we paying taxes for? What are we paying taxes for? I mean, honestly, what the fuck are we paying our taxes for? They have abandoned, the federal government has abandoned their most basic responsibilities. They're abandoning their basic responsibilities while at the same time demanding more control and more power and more responsibilities. They want to be in every aspect of our life. They want more of our money. They want more control. They want more regulation. And they want us to have less autonomy as free people, while all at the same time not even covering the basis of their base responsibilities. To secure the border, to make sure our ports are working, and to keep your citizenry safe from disasters. And when disasters happen, you respond. Like I'm one of these guys that believes that taxation is theft. And I have no interest in being taxed on my income, period. But if there's one thing that I'm down for my taxes to get spent on, it's disaster relief. Like you see Americans in need, you should be helping them. And I'm not talking about Americans that have imploded their own life. Like, I don't want to see my money go to that. I'm talking about Americans that are victims of circumstances outside of their control. It's just infuriating. So that's all I wanted to say. That's my little driving late at night rant. I'm just pissed. And hopefully you are too, because this is bullshit.